Forerunner, third level.
Foreskinner.
Fourth.
Halo Foreskinner.
Dude, I wonder what psychiatrists would say about you and your obsession with foreskin.
And my lack
after just listening to like 3 of these videos.
my lack of foreskin.
And your obsession with foreskin.
Because I don't have any.
Right. That's exactly. Well, sure. I don't know.
Right. You know.
No, my point is like, it's as if you have lost something.
But you would
important.
guess that from our voiceovers of Halo Reach that we're both obsessed with reach arounds, but simply not the case.
I am obsessed with reach arounds. The definition of said reach arounds.
Since we have different opposing opinions. What are these new aliens?
So this is the new race, and
Are the Flood in this game?
no, the Flood is not in this game.
These guys replaced the Flood.
and there's 2, no, 3, 4. I think there's like 4 new enemy
Foreskin.
types, maybe like 5 new enemy types. I'm trying to remember. There's not a lot. They're called the Prometheans, and I guarantee I will accidentally call them the Protheans because that's what
Mass Effect.
one of the Mass Effect races is called. And
Just think of Prometheus, your favorite movie of the year.
oh, Charlize Theron, so hot, gorgeous. Anyway,
That black guy got to hit it.
oh, the dude from The Wire, yeah. Oh, Carl's just going to town, licking his butthole over there. That is disgusting. So anyway, the little dog characters, they have a name that's actually involved in one of the achievements, but if you get a headshot on them, like right on the front of their face, you have to hit that kind of like glowing part, they will die in one shot. So they still kind of
Pop.
yeah. Now the other guys, those guys are called the Knights, and they're really fucking difficult to kill. They can't be like noob comboed. At least I don't think so. It's weird. So it's like it's a new enemy type that I haven't seen. So I don't know.
know.
Like, do you remember when you found that how easy it was to kill hunters if you go for that little weak spot right
Yeah.
in the middle of their back?
You're like, holy shit, I unloaded 10 clips on this asshole.
Yeah, he just wouldn't die. But if you hit that
4
one
pistol shots in that back spot and he's dead.
so
In
I'm,
Halo 1.
I'm thinking that like there may be a weak point that I haven't quite figured out yet, but probably not. So they have like a shield mechanic, and using the noob combo is pretty effective, but it's not going to be like a 1-2 punch and dead the way that
Like on Elite.
like an elite, yeah. So the achievement for this level is called "This is my rifle, this is my gun," and you have to carry a UNSC weapon through the entire level without, or like that's the achievement.
Can you swap it out for a different UNSC
So you
weapon?
start with 2 UNSC weapons. You start with a pistol. And
Does that just
the
mean
assault
human?
rifle. Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I should make that clear. Thank you.
Just a human weapon.
Yep. And at the beginning is the only opportunity that I found, at least, to even have one of those. So the weapon, one of the 2 weapons that you start with, you have to carry through the entire level, is basically what that achievement is.
And that's a Full Metal Jacket reference. Right?
This is my rifle, this is my gun, this is for fighting, this is for fun. I don't know if that, yes, that is in Full Metal Jacket. I don't think that's like
It might be
specifically
fun
Full Metal
from
Jacket.
something else, like
Right.
the military.
Right, exactly. But when I read that title, that was the first thing I thought
Yeah,
of.
like calling the
From
bad
Texas.
just
What do
because
2 things come out of Texas? Steers and queers.
just because like some movie refers to the bathroom as the head doesn't mean the army hasn't been referring to it that way for the last 50 years.
That's just where I learned of that terminology. Exactly. So anyway, so in that opening sequence, I used the pistol kind of sparingly. I used it to get all the headshots that I could on the leapers, I think they're called. On the I think of them as the dogs. They're like zombie dogs.
Let's call them dogs.
Just call them dogs.
Carl's.
And use that auto turret whenever you can. Like the auto turret, I talked about this in the last video.
Power.
The armor ability.
Armor ability.
The auto turret is really helpful. It's helpful in 2 ways. it distracts the enemy and it'll take some of their bullets. So they'll, instead of shooting at you, they'll shoot at that auto turret. And the auto turret may also kill a couple weak enemies, but it's not gonna like take out a whole knight. Like that big guy is called the knight, right? And they have that weird like teleport move that, oh, it sucks. And the knights, they have this fucking dash move that they don't use very often, but when they do use it, it fucks your shit up. It's this weird, like,
Johnny Cage shadow punch in the balls?
yeah, exactly. So like, imagine, so he's looking at me right now. He'll do this like weird kind of triple teleport. So he's got that one teleport where he kind of goes into that ball and then teleports somewhere else, kind of behind cover. But then he'll have this other teleport dash move where it's like 3 really quick jumps right at you, and then he melees you. So if you see him start to dash and do this like, ba ba ba, like run backwards, get the fuck out of there, because you're about to die.
Yeah.
On legendary. So this is legendary difficulty.
This is a legendary difficulty walkthrough.
Because we only do the hardest difficulty here on WikiGame Tacos.
Unless you're me, and then I get assigned all the games that don't have difficulties, like Zelda and Assassin's Creed.
Just because it doesn't have difficulties doesn't mean it's not the hardest difficulty here. Don't sell
true.
yourself short.
Some of those Zelda puzzles are pretty tough.
Zelda's a very difficult game. Now, don't you have to deal with the Wii motion controls. Imagine if
Oh, God.
how much would a Zelda guide suck if Zelda was proprietary to Microsoft and you had to use Kinect.
Oh,
If you had
God.
like, instead of dealing with the shitty motion controls of the Wii, you had to use Kinect because everything's better with Kinect. I don't know if there's anything Kinect in this game. There's got to be.
NBA Baller Beats is pretty good.
That is a great game. I love it.
It is good.
It's actually really good.
Anyone who talks shit on that game or didn't buy it is an idiot.
It sold, apparently it sold 3,000 copies
It's pathetic.
in its opening month. You need
I need
to,
a stealth
you need to turn stealth mode on for that dog.
So we got a dog who likes to clank around.
So for the new Promethean enemy type, the best way to handle it is take out the dogs first, because they're the ones that'll be really aggressive and come like right up to you and just kind of wreck your shit. Well, not wreck your shit, but like they'll slowly chip away at your health, just like taking down your shield and making it really difficult to focus on taking out the knights. And you want to be able to take the knights out. It's like taking out an elite. It's even stronger because they I assume that they regenerate their shield if you don't totally take out their shield, so you don't want to waste your ammo and only take out like half of their shield and they get distracted by one of the dogs. Now the knights, they'll also, like, do you see that little robot dude flying above him?
Yeah.
When you see one of those guys, that's spawned by the knight. But that little robot dude, he has like a shield power and spawning abilities. Now, early on in the game, I didn't see this happen at all, but later in the game, they kind of look like bicycles.
Yeah.
What do you want to call those guys? Fly bikes? Hover bikes? Hover bikes. Let's call them hover bikes.
Segways?
Segway? Nah. Okay, but there's nobody riding them. I think like segways, they have to have somebody riding them, like Gob.
Yeah.
So anyway, the hover bikes, later on in the game, they will spawn those robot dogs. But like early on in the game, they will also shield the knights. Like they'll drop this kind of force field that protects the knights from taking any bullets. So you like when you see the hover bikes, you have to shoot them first. Like in addition to shooting the dogs before you like focus on the knights. Like the knights, they're really, really fucking strong, and they're a pain in the fucking ass to kill.
Worse than brutes? I mean, hunters?
Not worse than hunters, because hunters have those Gauss cannons or whatever they're called. You know, like the big green.
Yeah.
But the knight, like, so the knights will have different weapons. Actually, sometimes they'll have this light rifle. Oh, so this is one of the new guns. Oh, so for this part right here, I should say, so that door just opened right in front of me, and there's actually a kind of weapons rack behind me. So walk over to the door, but don't walk through it because it'll close behind you and lock you out from the huge cache of ammo that's
And
behind
cover
you.
that
And
you're
cover,
using.
right. So kill everything that you possibly can from this area and then drop down, because there's actually like a fuckload of those robot dogs down below, and that one knight. So you can kill that one knight and I don't know, maybe a couple robot dogs before dropping down. But most importantly, you can like use a ton of the light rifle ammo and hopefully take out that one knight that you can see, and then drop down with full ammo.
What are those motorcycles from Tron called?
Light cycles?
That's what it kind of looks like.
Oh, is it a light cycle? A light bike?
A lightcycle?
I think a light cycle is like a measure of time in Tron.
A lightcycle?
A light cycle? Popsicle? So now
There's the
that I've
dogs.
walked outside that door, yeah, like the dogs will spawn, and you can. Like, you don't want to just start firing willy-nilly. I mean,
wanna get those
they're like,
headshots.
yeah, you have to get those headshots. So it's like taking out grunts. You know, you don't want to like.
You gotta pop them.
If you see them facing the wrong direction, you don't want to waste your ammo.
Can you turn on confetti?
You can. Now, normally I do for the walkthrough. I turn on the
Skulls?
grunt birthday party. Yeah, I normally turn on skulls. I'll turn on grunt birthday party. I'll turn on I Would Have Been Your Daddy, which are two of the skulls that are like basically purely cosmetic. Like they don't really. Except I really like the grunt birthday party one, because when it gets a headshot, it gives you that really nice feedback.
Confetti.
Yeah, like sometimes you'll get a headshot on a grunt, and his stupid short body is so close to the ground, you don't know that you actually got a headshot, especially if it's really far away. But when you have that grunt birthday party and you get that Viva Pinata sound effect and the confetti exploding, you're like, oh, headshot, move on. It's
Right.
like, and you know that's such that's such an instantaneous effect that like you don't always like unless you sit back and kind of process.
And there's that multiplayer mode where you can just spawn like 100 grunts,
Oh yeah.
where it's like, you know, kind of like horde mode with grunts only. And you're just like pop 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 pop. Yeah.
Exactly. What's that mode called? So in this area, you're supposed to find the these three like energy circles. I don't think there's a better way to describe them. And you have to just run up to them and destroy them. You can just melee them so you don't waste ammo. But in each one of them, they have like a different ammo cache of different weapons. And this is the new shotgun that you get.
That looks awesome, actually.
It looks pretty cool. I feel like it has shittier range than the human shotgun.
Did that just morph into a different gun? Or you just switched guns?
I swapped. So, like, my pistol, I have very little ammo for. And I'm trying to save it for, like, the situation that I desperately need it for. Because I don't want to just have a gun on my backup with no ammo. So I'm trying to use my primary weapon as much as possible, because I get that achievement, even though I'm playing on Legendary right now.
Oh, you're going for it right now.
Oh, I get the achievement on this run.
Oh. I figured that's something you already had done.
No, I get it on this run. So the achievement, you only need to do it on Heroic. And I'm pretty sure you can do it on co-op as well. Because, so there's one achievement for every level.
Does each player have to do it?
Well, oh, so that's another thing. The light cycles, or
Lightsicles?
if you throw the new grenade type at them, they catch them in the air. I forgot to mention that before. So
And throw them back at you, or they're just ineffective?
they kind of throw them back towards you. They don't necessarily get super close to getting them at you. It's not like they're a big threat to you if they catch
they're
them.
ineffective.
Mainly because I keep such a huge range between me and my enemies. Like I don't. Yes, they're rendered ineffective. So you basically wasted a grenade when you throw them near one of those light cycles. What was the first thing I called them before you started calling them light cycles? Robot bikes? Light bicycles? Scatter shot, that's what the new shotgun's called. So the range on the scatter shot seems like it kind of sucks compared to
The old shotgun?
the human shotty. Was
that
there
still
a
there?
Covenant? Was there a Covenant shotgun?
I don't think so.
The human shotgun's got to be in multiplayer, but
I would say the human shotgun is...
I don't remember
I
it.
would say the Covenant shotgun is called the Sword.
Or the hammer.
Or that's not Covenant. That's the Brutes.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because the hammer didn't come around until 3. The sword was in 2.
Mm-hmm.
The beacon was pulled into Requiem with us.
Did
They
Reach
tried to follow.
add anything dramatically new in terms of weaponry?
I think the biggest thing in Reach was the jetpacks.
The armor abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah. The armor abilities are kind of fucking lame in this game. I mean, they add... So you have
Is
permanent
there the
run
bubble
now.
shield?
There is no bubble shield.
That was cool.
At least in single player. I've only played single player so far. So there's no bubble shield, which was one of the ones that I really liked.
Because it gives you that, you know, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna go out. Where am I gonna throw my grenade? Like throw a grenade on the outside, shotgun on the inside.
That was a sweet little
Grenade
chess.
on the inside, shotgun on the outside.
That was a sweet little chess match that you would play
Ice cream paint job.
when you're like face to face with somebody.
Yeah.
And then your teammate comes from behind and assassinates them while they're looking right at you, and you do that dirty little dance, like
yeah.
back and forth, like jumping on both sides. I love that dance. That's such a sweet dance.
It's like the...
It's dirty dancing.
Are you gonna go
man.
left or are you gonna go right? Dance in real life in a
Just
hallway.
dance. Oh, the dance when you're like walking.
There's a stranger. Which way are you gonna go? And they pick the same way as you 5 times in a row. And you're like, Jesus, just walk past me.
And you just like collapse into a ball on the floor. Like, no. Okay, so this part's the Covenant is fighting the Prometheans, the new race, and you can completely skip most of this fight that's going on right now. On my trial run, I could just sprint right like on this like upper ledge right here, and no one would see me. But for some reason on my recording run, and this happened a couple times, so you know this game is weird like that, and it makes it tricky to make a guide for. But you know I do what I can anyway. On my trial run, I could just sprint past everything, but on my recording run, I had to crouch walk past like the 2 factions that were fighting, or else they would both turn and start shooting at me.
That's not good.
That's not good at all. But that night right there, he just killed an elite, and I've never been able to get past him without starting a fight. So this is the point right here where you have to like start to kill him. Oh, so that's like the new weird enemy type too. It's like this little robot laser charging thing, and he's charging his laser, and then he shoots and gets it pretty good. He, you know, considering the dramatic effect, like the animation that he makes, like it looks like it's going to be an absolutely devastating attack that like charging robot laser has on you, but it doesn't do that much damage actually. You'd think it'd be like a one-shot kill,
Like a Spartan laser.
yeah, yes, exactly. Like you'd think it'd be a instant death, but it's not that at all. So just steal one of these ghosts when you get a chance, and now you're gonna be skipping a whole bunch of stuff.
Is the Arbiter still a guy in this story?
No. The Arbiter, was he a Sentinel? Was that his race?
Arbiter was an elite.
Oh, the Arbiter. Oh, what was the weird little robot that kind of looked like
Guilty 343
yeah,
Spark.
Guilty Spark. That's who I was thinking of. No, Arbiter.
Studio's named after him.
Yeah, you're right.
Studio that made this game is named after that Guilty Spark.
No, he is not. Arbiter is not in this game. And so there's another like interspecies fight going on.
Do you
up
even
here.
know what's going on in this game? No.
I wish I had more patience for the stories in games,
But you don't.
but I don't. but I don't. I need to read the books. I have the books. I have 2 books.
Glass in my ass.
I have Halo Glass My Ass, aka Halo Glasslands. And then I have Halo The Fall of Reach. And they're both sent. Oh, this part sucks ass. This part's really tough. So this is one of those. So you can take hours and hours and hours. I don't know about hours and hours. You can take a long ass time.
You can be meticulous.
You can be extremely meticulous, but on Legendary it just doesn't work very well. So you got into this area. The best way that I found to do that, or to get through this, is just take that ghost, go up this ramp, and then kill this one elite here. Or 2 elites, I guess. And then hopefully get a checkpoint. So this is another area where we have to destroy the 3 little kind of light bulbs. And you can actually do that from up top. So we have to kill those 2 elites, and then get an angle on this one down here, and either toss a grenade in there if you have one, or get this little angle and just shoot it a couple times, and then get to safety and get a checkpoint. Now the tricky part is there's like a ton of banshees flying around, and look at this.
What is that?
That's a banshee. It got stuck. The AI is freaking stupid, so I had to board the banshee. So there's actually, like, at the very beginning of this area,
Well, he almost killed you.
I know. I got, like, that was such an insane, weird coincidence, right? So at the very beginning of this area, I plowed an elite that was running for a banshee. And it's pretty easy to kill him and then hijack that, or just take that banshee for yourself. But there's like a couple banshees flying around this area, and a bunch of dudes shooting at you from the ground. And on Legendary, you just die so quick. It just doesn't make sense to like you just die so fast. It's just not practical to use the banshees as a mode of transportation with that many people shooting at you. So jump down and just kill that second light bulb really quick. That one, I couldn't find a good way to kill from up top at a distance. Killed a couple other grunts that are running around down below. And then from this light bulb over here, you can see that 3rd one from really far away and just shoot it a couple times. And then
That'll do it.
get a checkpoint.
Get up to that beam.
And now you got to run back up top. Hopefully not get killed by some of the ghosts that are flying around down below.
So I have an inappropriate comment.
Go for it.
So you know how when someone has a humongous forehead,
5-head?
it's called a 5-head?
Yeah.
When someone has an extra long foreskin, is that called a 5-skin? Oh, damn, dude, that's a 5-skin.
Holy shit. Oh, man. I don't even think I would... I think any... Like, Yes, it is. Yes, it
Okay.
is. I think that's a good question to ask a girl. Like,
Yeah.
like a surprising amount of girls. Well, I don't know about a surprising amount of girls, but like most girls, maybe not even most girls. I'd say the majority of girls have never even been with a guy that has a foreskin, at least in America.
I've had a couple of friends with that still attached.
Yeah, but most guys don't.
Most guys,
majority.
more than 50%.
I would say more than 80.
I would say 80.
In America.
I would say 80.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's very common.
80-20,
It's a
sure.
very common process.
Yeah.
Not that we have any choice in it.
No, you have no choice. Just, it's about as fundamental as your choice to be born, you know?
Well,
Like, your parents decide that shit before you can speak. So,
well, I was a very smart child, and I was speaking as soon as I got out of the womb.
so you've seen your mom's pussy.
Oh God. Well, no, that's when I started drinking. That's when I started drinking, man. Like, it's like, ugh, give me a shot of whiskey. I was grumpy already. The day I was born. I was born on Friday the 13th. That's my luck. Friday the fucking 13th.
And
Luckiest day
it's
of the
been
year.
holding true ever since.
My luck? Yeah.
Consistent.
Consistently ironic. It's not necessarily good or bad. It's just ironic. Like, wow, what are the fucking chances of that? Friday the fucking 13th.
Yeah.
How soon till infinity hits the gravity well?
So
And what are the chances that you're gay, Jewish, and black?
For something on the far side of the
pretty slim, actually.
I guess you're none of those things. Except
That's
gay.
Go fuck yourself. So this last section, is another section that we're going to be skipping most of the enemies that are on this battle, because there's 2 different factions that are fighting each other again. So just kind of hug the left wall. I thought the left wall was the easier way to go. Actually, I never even tried the right wall. Maybe the right wall is just completely empty, and I should have tried it, but for some reason I think this whole battle is symmetrical. Just because I've played too many video games?
Yeah.
Yes. Now we just have to
So are there any maps from the old games?
before it's too late.
I haven't touched multiplayer yet.
In Reach, a couple of the maps
Oh,
were actually in single player.
Oh, like
Ivory Bridge or
Ivory Tower.
Ivory Tower.
Yeah. No, not that I've recognized. But Ivory Tower was actually really kind of tough. Like, it didn't look cosmetically the same at all.
I knew
but like,
instantly.
But like structurally, it was the same.
I
So-
knew without a doubt pretty instantly.
So I gotta say, like, this part here, I edited out a lot of deaths just running past people. But I don't know.
but
it's-
running past them's the way to go.
running past people, it has its merits sometimes. Sometimes it can be a lot more fun than dealing with everybody and like fighting both sides of the fight, because the other sides, like, they don't kill each other very fast. So yeah.
But they kill you very fast.
Yeah, legendary, you die really
Touch those
quick.
tatas.
Oh, so
Grab one
ooh,
of
the
those.
last part. Yeah, this is just a driving section.
I'm going to channel energy from your shield.
You just have to gas it as long as you can. And Cortana, she drains your energy shield to give you a 100% boost. So the new mechanic for the Ghosts is that you can't just boost constant. It kind of drains the battery, and then you have to like let go of the boost to recharge it. So in multiplayer, you can't just, you know, fly around
You
the
could
map.
before.
Yeah, oh, definitely. You could just hold down like boost and just fly through the map. Like there's no limitation for how long you could boost.
It was either on or off.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean,
There wasn't a percentage.
No.
It was either on or not.
but there was no gas tank.
Right. It's either
Yeah.
you're either using it or you're not.
Yeah. But it's not that
There's 2 modes: fast and slow.
Broadcast from infinity.
right.
You can't use up fast.
Right. You couldn't. There was no gas tank before. It's not that there was an on-off switch. There's always
Well,
been an on-off switch.
Even if there was a gas tank, low would use up gas. So
That is true.
bullshit. Shenanigans.
That is very true.
It's not like I can get out of the bush.
All right, so this is the end of the level. I don't know what else to say.
You've been watching for 29 fucking minutes.
Yep. Game on.
Game on.